fellow patriots. Welcome, fellow deplorables. Welcome, fellow dregs to society. Welcome, all you rock dwellers. You're always welcome here at the Conservative Commandos radio show. I'm Rick Trader, coming to you from the studios of the Conservative Commandos radio network. And joining me today as my co-host is the president and CEO of Frontiers of Freedom. That's my very good friend, George Landrith. George Landrith, welcome to Conservative Commandos.
Absolutely. This is the place to be. This is the place to be. I'm always glad when I'm here because, like I said, if you're not here, you're not anywhere.
All right. Well, George, I've always said, I've been saying this even more often lately, that the United States is the most generous place in the world. Americans are the most generous people they are, but now they want to expend our generosity and our health care to everybody.
Yeah, you thought when they were talking about Medicare for all, they meant everyone in the United States. No, they mean everyone, literally everyone. It was Oregon. I'd be curious to see if Oregonians understand that this is what their senator's up to. For any Oregonian who's having a hard time paying medical bills or getting medical treatment, or maybe they got kicked off their plan or their plan's way more expensive now, they can thank him for that. But not only that, now he is down at the border working to find people on the other side of the border that he can sneak across and bring in and make sure that they get free health care. He was tweeting about having met a woman who was 8 months pregnant, and he was trying to figure out how he could make sure that we paid for all the health care that she and her baby might need. And don't get me wrong, I think, charities have a role to play, and Americans, people like Rand Paul go overseas to do eye surgeries pro bono for people in need. That's all great. But it's different when you ask the American taxpayer. You don't ask them, you force them through compulsory means to pay for all this. No one is taking doctors at gunpoint, forcing them to do these things. Rand Paul, for example, does it voluntarily. I have many friends who serve, these sorts of mission purposes, and that's great. Volunteerism is awesome. I think private charity is awesome. The question, though, is can you use the U.S. tax code to make people, single mothers who are working 2 jobs already, trying to make ends meet, and say, you know what, you don't work enough hours. You should take a 3rd job because we can spend your money better than you can, because there are people that live in faraway places that need our help, and we're going to give it to them, and we're going to make you pay for it. I just think makes my head explode.
Yeah, mine too. And George, I had a debate with a Facebook friend of mine. Actually, it was somebody I knew back in high school. And she said to me, I put a post up there with these people who are being detained by ICE in these detention centers. By the way, the living conditions there are probably better than anything that they've ever lived in before. And I, on this post, posted up there, if these people don't like where they're at, they're at their free will. They can go home. So this Facebook friend of mine shot back and said, Rick Trader, how and why did you become so mean and hateful? Where did all this hate in your heart come from? And I said, well, I don't have hate in my heart for American citizens, but why do you hate America and Americans so much? Why do you want Americans to pay for all these people to come here? Why do you want Americans to house them, to feed them, to educate them? Why do you hate Americans so much that you want them to make all these sacrifices to allow all these people to come here? But I don't know. I don't know if that connected with her or not, but it seems like there are so many people out there that want to tag us, conservatives, as mean-spirited and hateful. But I think what we're doing is we are protecting the American citizen.
Right. Our children